Paul Walker, the legend. The man who didn't just act in Fast and Furious, but lived it every day. This guy had a car collection that could make any gearhead's jaw drop. And now, that collection has been auctioned off, pulling in jaw-dropping, heart-racing six-figure price tags per ride. Walker wasn't a collector for show. He'd personally research every car he bought, understanding their history, mechanics, and value. From JDM legends to classic muscle cars, his collection reflected not just his taste, but his passion. And when Barrett Jackson put his collection under the hammer, car enthusiasts everywhere lost it. Let's enter Paul Walker's legendary garage and find out, how much did these beasts sell for? Number 1. The 1995 BMW E36 M3 Lightweight. Let's kick things off with a car so rare that even BMW fanboys dream about it. Paul didn't just have one or two, but 5 of these bad boys. Yep, you heard that right, 5. These lightweight, stripped-down, track-ready machines were sold for anywhere between $220,000 and $385,000 each. Insane, right? Here's the breakdown. One M3 E36 Lightweight fetched a jaw-dropping $385,000, the highest price for this model. Another went for $258,500, showing that these cars are in high demand. 2 others were sold for $242,000 and $220,000 respectively. The 5th, a factory LTW wing and race livery delete version, also sold for $220,000. This variant is a rare gem, combining the track-focused build with subtle aesthetic modifications. These cars are a perfect blend of simplicity and performance. A BMW built specifically for enthusiasts who want nothing more than to hit the track. Paul's love for these M3s shows his appreciation for cars that don't just look good, but deliver on the asphalt. Each one of these cars was pristine, with original parts and no sign of wear, a testament to how well Paul cared for his vehicles. They weren't just parked in a garage, they were part of his lifestyle. Number 2. 1988 and 1991 BMW M3 E30. No conversation about Paul's collection would be complete without mentioning the crown jewels, the BMW M3 E30s. These cars weren't just machines, they were legends. The 1988 and 1991 models were 2 of the most sought-after vehicles in Paul's lineup, and they both drew massive attention at the auction. The 1988 M3 sold for a jaw-dropping $165,000, while the 1991 Coupe pushed that number even higher to $220,000. What makes these M3s so special? For starters, they were born out of motorsport. The M3 E30 was BMW's answer to needing a street car with track-ready performance. With a high-revving inline-4 engine, they were made for precision agility and offering driving experience. With their sharp handling, powerful engines, and unmistakable sound, these E30s encapsulated everything great about driving: fast, focused, and thrilling. Paul's 2 M3s were meticulously maintained, and it was clear that he didn't just own them, he respected them. They weren't just vehicles to him, but pieces of automotive history. Number 3. The 2013 Ford Mustang Boss 302S race car. Switching gears to American muscle, Paul's Boss 302S race car is a monster on the track. This 2013 beast sold for $95,700. With its aggressive stance and performance-focused mods, it was built to dominate circuits, not streets. The Boss 302S is a race-ready Mustang with a roll cage, adjustable suspension, and a 5.0-liter V8 engine. Clearly, Paul's love for performance wasn't limited to Japanese legends. He had an appreciation for raw American horsepower too. Number 4. The 1963 Chevrolet Nova Wagon. Paul's collection wasn't all about high-octane performance though. He also had a soft spot for classic American rides with a bit more character, like his 1963 Chevrolet Nova Wagon. This was a car that exuded a laid-back charm, perfect for cruising or hauling gear to the next big adventure. With a price tag of $18,700, the Nova Wagon may have been a more affordable piece of his collection, but it was by no means any less valuable in terms of nostalgia. The 1963 Nova Wagon had a simplicity about it that made it stand out. There were no flashy tech features or modern bells and whistles. Instead, it was all about the raw beauty of vintage design and mechanics. With its boxy shape, bold lines, and classic engine, it offered a no-frills driving experience that Paul appreciated. It was the type of car that never went out of style, no matter how many years passed. Number 5. The 1989 Nissan R32 Skyline race car. One of the standout performance pieces in Paul's collection was the 1989 Nissan R32 Skyline race car. If you know anything about Japanese domestic market cars, you'll understand the significance of the Skyline. The R32 is often hailed as the car that revolutionized the sports car world, earning the nickname Godzilla for its dominating presence in motorsport. When this race-spec version went up for auction, it fetched an impressive $100,100, a true reflection of its pedigree. Built with track-ready modifications and designed for blistering speed, the R32 was a machine that represented Paul's love for precision engineering and motorsport. With a turbocharged engine, advanced suspension, and an overall aggressive design, the R32 wasn't just a car. It was a weapon on the track, and when you saw it in person, you could tell that Paul had spared no expense in making sure it stayed as close to its original racing roots as possible. For Paul, the R32 wasn't just about owning a rare car. It was about keeping a piece of racing history alive. Every turn of the key, every rev of the engine was a tribute to the passion and performance that defined both the Skyline and his own automotive philosophy. Number 6. The 1995 Ford Bronco SUV. If you wanted a car representing adventure, look no further than Paul's 1995 Ford Bronco. This Bronco was the ultimate SUV for off-road enthusiasts, fetching a solid $73,700 at auction. With its rugged design and off-road capabilities, it was a symbol of Paul's adventurous spirit. Whether he was tackling rough terrain or taking it for a Sunday drive, the Bronco never failed to impress. What made the Bronco special was its versatility. It wasn't just a showpiece. It was a capable off-roader that could handle anything from mud to snow, all while offering plenty of comfort for those long drives. For Paul, the Bronco represented the freedom to explore, whether that meant hitting the trails or getting lost in the great outdoors. Number 7. The 1964 Chevrolet Chevelle Wagon. Cars like the 1964 Chevrolet Chevelle Wagon were perfect examples of vehicles that had character, but didn't require a huge price tag. With its vintage flair and functional design, the Chevelle combined utility with style, exactly what Paul appreciated. This classic wagon wasn't just for hauling. It was a statement of understated elegance, offering a bit of old-school charm that made it stand out without needing modern gimmicks. For Paul, it was all about preserving that vintage spirit while enjoying the practicality it brought to the table. Number 8. The 2000 Audi S4. The 2000 Audi S4 was a true sleeper car, offering a perfect blend of performance and understated luxury. Selling for $29,700, the S4 was equipped with a turbocharged engine, all-wheel drive, and a sleek, low-key design. On the outside, it looked like a refined sedan, but under the hood, it had the heart of a race car. The S4 could surprise anyone on the road, providing a thrilling driving experience without making a big fuss about it. This balance of subtlety and power made it one of Paul's favorite vehicles, as it mirrored his preference for refined performance. Number 9. The 2004 GMC Sierra 1500 pickup. The 2004 GMC Sierra 1500 pickup was another standout in Paul's collection. While it may not have been flashy, selling for $33,000, it was a reliable and rugged performer. It was a type of truck that didn't need to shout to get attention. It simply delivered on its promises. Whether it was rough terrain or hauling gear, the Sierra 1500 could handle everything, making it a fitting part of Paul's lineup. For him, it wasn't about owning the loudest or most attention-grabbing vehicle, but finding a workhorse that blended performance with practicality. And number 10. The 2009 Nissan 370Z. Of course, no collection is complete without a standout sports car, and Paul's 2009 Nissan 370Z was a true gem. With sleek lines, a powerful V6 engine, and sharp handling, the 370Z perfectly balanced style and performance. It sold for $105,600. And while it was certainly a higher price tag than some of the other underrated gems, it was still a more accessible piece compared to the legendary cars in Paul's collection. The 370Z wasn't just another sports car, but a modern JDM classic that delivered excitement beyond the wheel without being overly flashy. For Paul, it was a ride he could enjoy for years to come, representing the perfect harmony of looks and speed. Alright, so how much did this legendary collection rake in? Over $2.3 million. That's right, just a handful of cars from Paul's epic garage brought in millions, proving that his influence goes way beyond the silver screen. This wasn't just an auction, it was a tribute. Every car sold wasn't just a purchase, it was a statement of love and respect for a man who lived and breathed cars. Paul's legacy lives on in every gear shift, every engine roar, and every mile these cars traveled. Paul Walker may be gone, but his spirit revs on. His car collection wasn't just a garage full of machines, it was a garage full of dreams. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Paul Walker's epic collection, don't forget to subscribe to see more just like this.